A questo punto inizia la trasmissione. Tutti i partecipanti sono in grado solo di ascoltare.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. We're very excited to introduce you to this new solution that we have added to our product portfolio. Before we start, I want you to know that you can type your questions on the chat box on your screen, and they will be answered as we go. We are also going to open a Q&A session at the very end. That's about it. You know the rest of the logistics. So, okay, so you know all attending lines are muted at the time so that we don't hear any noise. I said about the questions, and that this recording, this webinar is going to be recorded, so we can send it to you later on if you want us to do that. And as always, you can reach us at 305-445-6480 or email us at info@ddscad.com. That is on your screen if you have any questions after the webinar. All right, with any more delays, let me pass it along to Marco Andriani. Marco Andriani is a co-founder of ArredoCAD Academy, and he will be presented today. Marco, take it away.
Audio riattivato.
Okay, so welcome to this webinar of ArredoCAD Designer. First of all, I want to thank the staff of DDS-CAD for this opportunity, and of course, I want to thank you to be here with us today. I'm going to make a presentation. I'd like to show you a panoramic of the main features of ArredoCAD Designer. I will also create a small project starting from the plan until the final render, so I can show you how ArredoCAD works. You can make questions, you can type your questions, and we will leave some time at the end of the presentation to answer to your questions. Okay, so what is ArredoCAD? ArredoCAD is a software, a 3D software dedicated to interiors, and with ArredoCAD you can create any kind of furniture or architectural solution. Here you can see some render. So just to show you some example. The very important thing is that ArredoCAD contains more than 30,000 of 3D elements of kitchens, wardrobes, living rooms, bathrooms, bedrooms, and so on. With these elements, you can recreate the models of any company you work with. And you can also import 3D files from 3D Studio Max or SketchUp, for example, if you want to increase and enrich your library. So here inside ArredoCAD there is a rendering engine that we have developed. So the rendering engine is already optimized for the materials of ArredoCAD, so it is very simple to use, and you can get very high quality pictures like this in a very simple way. We will see how it works. With ArredoCAD, you can create any kind of customized solution, customized on the needs of your client. So, for example, I'd like to show you these renders, 4 renders about the same room, decorated with 4 different styles. So, this is the first one, this is the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So just to let you understand that you can really decorate a room or a whole flat in any way with any kind of style. So This is an example. Another important thing, you can also manage the lighting. So you can show to the client the same space with different lighting. For example, here you can see a kitchen with the sunlight, or the same kitchen by night with artificial light, or a flat building like this with the sunlight, or by night. During the presentation, if we have time, I will show you how to manage also the lighting to get this kind of effects, to present your project to your customers. So here you see another example, and so on. First of all, ArredoCAD, we always say that ArredoCAD is a marketing and selling tool. This is very important. It is a software through which you can provide your clients with a modern and professional service, and you can provide them with a preview of the solutions that you have created for them. This is very important. So ArredoCAD is also a tool to promote your activity, your skills. You could publish your best renders on your social pages or on your website, and you could also create a portfolio to show to new potential clients your skills and your creativity. Since 1 year, ArredoCAD is also inside ArredoCAD is also available the panoramic render. This is very important tool because let me show you an example from here. So this is not a simple render, but a panoramic one. It means that your client can move inside the render, and he can also move from one room to another room in this way. You can also insert some pictures, some pop-up with the details of the furniture, for example, that you have chosen for your clients. And then I can move in another room, so or move into the bathroom, and then here I could insert some detail about the covering that I've used in this bathroom, and so on. And this is the last news of ArredoCAD, the possibility to create a scene for Oculus Rift, and in this way you can allow your clients to watch the scene through the virtual reality, and the client has the sensation to walk through the rooms and to understand also the spaces. Of course, you have to try it, because only if you try it you can really understand the incredible experience to be inside the rooms. So this is one of the new options available in ArredoCAD, the possibility to export the scene for Oculus Rift and to walk through the project that you have created. Okay, so this is a very quick panoramic of the main features of ArredoCAD. Very important, once you have created a project like this, we are going to create this project from the beginning. ArredoCAD becomes a sort of interactive catalog. It means that if you also are in front of your client, you can show to your client the same furnitures, the same elements, but with different colors or materials in real time with very few clicks. For example, you have just designed a kitchen like this, white. Your client would like to see the same kitchen but with a wood material, for example. I just have to enter in the colors. I change the color of the doors. So for example, wood colors, middle colors, this one, for example. I could do the same with the drawers. Okay, let's take this one. And with one click, I can show the client the same kitchen with a different color. Or, for example, I want to, the client doesn't like this kind of floor. Okay, just a double click. And I can choose together with him another kind of tiles. For example, I don't know, this one. I press OK, OK again. And in a few seconds, I can show him his house with a different floor. And the same with all the elements of ArredoCAD. Now, if we move in the living room, the client doesn't like this kind of leather for the sofa. Okay, modify color. Let's take leathers, and then he would like to see the same sofa but with a completely different colors. I don't know, red, for example, and matte white for the structure of the sofa. And I can change it in a very few seconds. So it becomes a sort of interactive and customized catalog, customized inside the rooms and the house of my client. Okay, so let's see how ArredoCAD works. Now I will recreate this project, but starting from the beginning. So we click on New Project. Okay, don't save. And then I can insert the name of the customer, delivery date, and so on are not mandatory fields, so I can also press OK. First of all, we create our plan. Here now you will see that you find some layouts that are already available here with 1, 2, or 3 walls, but you can also create your own plan from zero. You can also, very important, you can also import your plans from AutoCAD in a DWG or DXF format, so you can easily recreate the 3D walls. Okay, let's use these patterns here this time. So I enter the length of the first wall and then the length of the second wall. I can choose the thickness of the wall, of course, the height of the wall. I can rotate it or reflect it and so on. Okay, let's press OK. Now I am in the window of the management of the walls. So from here I can create round walls. I can change the thickness or the height of the walls. I can create a partition wall, for example, from here. For example, here I could have a wall that is 4 meters from the right side. I can enter the orthogonal mode and press here to build my wall. Now I exit from here and I can start to insert doors and windows. So from here I can open the library of ArredoCAD. I open the doors. Here you have hundreds of doors, armored doors, for example. Let's insert just one here. I can also insert it in the elevation view. Here I can change the handle, for example, I don't know, this one. I can change the dimensions, the position of the door, and so on. Let's press OK. And now let's insert, for example, a sliding door. So I open the sliding doors, or these ones for external wall, wall mounted, rail double click. I choose my wall and press OK. I can choose the material, for example, wood and glass. I have different kind of panels available here. Let's take this one, for example. I can choose the handle and the dimension of the door, or the distance, for example, from the left side is 2 meters. Press OK. Now let's also insert some window. So I close the doors, I open the windows. Here you have any kind of window, French windows for attic, sliding window, and so on. Let's take, for example, this one. I choose my working wall. Here I can also choose the position of the window on the wall, the distance from the left or right side. I can also insert the threshold automatically and press OK. Let's also insert just another window on the second room. For example, I don't know, a 3 doors window like this, double click. I want it here. Here I can also choose the distance from the ground and the position on the wall and the threshold. Okay. Now, let's insert a floor. So from the plan, I enter in the covering archive. From here, I can choose, for example, I don't know, let's choose this one. I can also change the size of the tile. I can apply a tile joint, press OK, just a click inside the room, and automatically ArredoCAD covers the room. Let's take another floor, for example, a wooden floor in the second room, something like, I don't know, like this, for example. Press OK. In this case, I don't want a tile joint because this is a wooden floor. One click in the second room, press OK, and automatically ArredoCAD cover the rooms. And now we enter in the 3D mode. And here I can move in real time and see my project in a 3D view. I could also open this door if I like. So I click on the door, open doors, open of 800 millimeters. And I can insert automatically a ceiling. So create ceiling, and ArredoCAD automatically create the ceiling. I can also insert a background from here. So backplate, browse. Let's see if I have something here. This one, for example. And I could also change the position of the background. I can rotate the background and scale it and move it up or down and so on. Okay, let's press OK. Now, let's see the heart of ArredoCAD. I mean the library of ArredoCAD, the very huge library of ArredoCAD, by which you can recreate the model of any company you work with. So, let's insert also a wallpaper here, just to show you how to insert a wallpaper on this room, because it's automatic. For example, from here, I can choose the folder wallpaper. I can also choose the company, the brand that I like. For example, I don't know, Skin Wall. And then let's take this one. Of course, I need the layout 6 for the walls. I can change the size of the wallpaper, press OK. And also in this case, I just need one click in the room. And automatically, ArredoCAD will cover all the walls of the room with the wallpaper and will cut automatically the wallpaper where there are windows and doors. Okay, now let's start to design our kitchen. So I enter in the Elements archive. First of all, I choose my working wall. For example, my kitchen has to be here. Okay, I enter in model selection, and this is the most important section of ArredoCAD. From here, you can see that you can choose modern and traditional kitchens, wardrobes, bedrooms, children bedrooms, cabin wardrobe, modern or traditional living rooms, bathrooms, and so on. And the products of very important Italian brands like Catalan or Molteni or Floss. Also their products are available inside ArredoCAD. Here you have a list of our partners and the brands that are available inside the software. Okay, but first of all, let's choose a kitchen. And then, very important, I can change the size of the cabinets so that I can fit the size of my cabinets to the size of the catalog of the company I'm working with. And I can also save the configuration with the name of the company. So the next time this will be available at once. So I can change the size of the cabinets, of the wall cabinets, of the tall cabinets, and so on. Let's press OK. And now, a very important, I can choose the kind of door. This is the most important choice because you know that the kind of door is the element that makes the difference between one kitchen and another kitchen. So here you have a very, very wide choice of different doors. In this way, you can recreate the model of any company you work with. Then these are the modern front doors, but you also have the traditional front doors, and you have a very wide choice. Okay, but I like modern, so let's choose a modern door. I don't know, for example, this one. Okay, double click. And now I can choose any kind of color. For example, the structure could be wood. Here you have light wood, middle or dark wood. And here you find hundreds of textures available. Of course, you can also import your own textures very, very easily in JPG or BMP. Let's take this one, medium 60. The door, here you have any kind of lacquer colors available, matte or glossy. You have the RAL scale or the NCS scale. Let's take, I don't know, glossy. And here you have any kind of color available, of course. Okay, let's take glossy white. And the same, you can do the same with the other components of the kitchen. You can go back to this choice in any moment. Okay, let's press OK. And we start to design our kitchen. We can start from here, for example. I open the base cabinet. I choose the height. I choose the depth. You have 3 different depths available. Let's take this one. And here you have any kind of cabinet. So, for example, I don't know, drawers and baskets. And here you find all the combinations of drawers and baskets available. Let's take, I don't know, this one, for example. I just need a double click. And then let's insert, I don't know, drawers and baskets with a glass. So something like this one, double click. And then we need the base units for hob and oven. For example, you have any kind of base units for oven available. Let's take, I don't know, this one, double click. And then let's insert also a cabinet for the sink. For example, 90, double click. Okay, now I close the base cabinets and I open the tall units, the tall cabinets. I choose the height, I choose the depth, this one. Here you have any kind of tall units available for oven and microwave, for fridge, and so on. Let's take one for fridge, for example, I don't know, this one. Double click. And let's also insert an open tall units, for example, this one, double click. Oh, very important. All the elements of ArredoCAD are parametric. It means that you can easily change the size. For example, just a double click on this element. And now I change the width of the element, for example, 400, press OK. And very important, ArredoCAD doesn't stretch the element, but rebuild the element with the new size. Now I have to move it, of course, from here to here. This is the same for all the 3D elements that are available in ArredoCAD. So let's go back to our library. Now I can insert some wall cabinet. For example, here I choose the height. And then here, for example, I need a plate rack double flat with a glass, for example, and press and make a double click. Okay, now here I have to insert the hood, so I enter in the shared accessories. Here you have all the hoods of Elica, Falmec and Faber that are the most important Italian companies that produce hoods, or also generic hoods, of course. Let's take, for example, Falmec Design Series wall. I don't know, let's take one of these, this one. I can also insert an element manually, of course, when it is more practice. Okay, and then let's insert the worktop and the planes that you can insert automatically very quickly. So I open the worktop. Here you have any kind of worktop: laminate, unicolor, ceramic, granite, marble, and so on. Let's choose quartzes and glasses. You have any kind of profile: bar profile, B profile, S profile, metal profile, steel profile, and so on. Let's take straight profile. Double click, and I choose the material, for example, quartz and glass. I choose the color, for example, this one. Okay. Automatic insertion. Okay. The thickness of the top is 35. Press OK. And automatically ArredoCAD insert the top all over the kitchen. The same for the plinths. So let's open the plinths. This one, aluminium, is fine, automatic, and press OK, and you will have the plinth all around the kitchen. Let's also insert the domestic appliances. So I find here a very wide choice of ovens, for example. I have the ovens of AEG, Bosch, Foster, Rex, Siemens, Mag, Whirlpool, and so on. Let's take, I don't know, Bosch, for example. Let's choose one of these, double click, and automatically ArredoCAD inside the oven in the right position inside the cabinet. The same for the cooking hobs. Let's take this one, electrical, gas, induction. Let's take, I don't know, Foster, for example, and this one. I can choose the position, center on the base units, okay. And we also insert the sink. So here is the sink. You have any kind of sink with one bowl, two bowls over the top, under the top, and so on. Let's take two bowls and drainer steel, like, but here we have the oven, so let's take just two bowls like this. Okay, double click, center on the base, and we also insert a tab. So here we have different series of tab. Let's take, for example, this one, double click. Okay, now our kitchen could be complete. And let's insert just a table with some chair, for example, from Catalan. So I can select Catalan in the library, and now here I will find all the products of Catalan. Let's take, for example, a table. Tables, here we have a very wide choice from the catalog of Catalan. Let's take, I don't know, Brera glass, this one, double click. I can insert it in the middle of the room. I choose the color, glossy white, for example. Okay, and let's also insert some chair. So here in the complements, I have the chairs, modern chairs, traditional chairs, and so on. Let's take one of these. So this one, for example, double click. I can also rotate the element during the insert, of course. Okay, and now we are ready to run our first render. So we just need a light in the room. So let's insert a light here. Usually with D-Ray, that is the name of our rendering engines, we use the quad lights. Here we have any kind of light, but the quad lights that are luminous bars with the direction downward, upward, and so on are the best. So let's insert one quad light inside the room. I can extend the quad light, for example, from here to here, just to get an atmosphere, a lighting, a generic lighting. I can move it up to the ceiling, and then I will choose the power of this light, for example, 30, and the color of the light, and so on. Press OK. Now I just have to choose a 3D point of view to render, for example, this one, and run my render. So I enter in D-Ray. From here, I can insert, I choose the color of the ceiling, of the tile joint, and so on. I just have to choose the resolution of the picture. The environment light, that is the light that comes through the windows. I also have the sunlight, and that's all. I just have to click on 3D viewpoint. Let me set the array free, that is the last one, and press OK. Now here you can see that ArredoCAD is loading the scene. In a few seconds you will have a preview of the rendering process. Just a second. Very important, during the rendering process you can go on working on your project, so because this is independent from ArredoCAD. Now, of course, the quality of the picture will improve second after second, and during this process I can go back to my project, and I can go on to work, for example, on the second room. So now we can move here. This could be our living room, and here I could create another kind of furniture. I enter in the living room folder, modern living rooms. The same, I can set all the size of my cabinets. I can change the thickness of the side, and so on. So this is completely customizable. So let's press OK. And again, I can choose the color. Now let's choose just the color of the doors, for example, lacquer colors, glossy, I don't know, gray could be fine. This one, okay, anthracite, okay, and the same with the other elements. Okay, now press OK. Here again, you have a very wide choice of cabinets. Let's insert first of all a plinth. I choose the depth of the plinth and the width of the plinth, 207 for example. And now let's insert some drawer. So here you have the wall units and the modular units. I can choose the height, I can choose the depth, I can choose if I want wooden or glass doors, and so on. Let's insert some element like this, for example, double click. Let's insert, I don't know, something like this, double click, and another one like this, double click. Okay, now let's insert a top over there. So I choose the depth of the top and the width of the top, that is 2700. Okay, now I can also make I can also insert elements from here very quickly. For example, if now I need to insert some wall cabinet, I can insert them from here. Let's choose the height of my cabinet, this one, for example. Now I need a cabinet for a wall unit, like this, for example. I can insert it one here, and another one here, and another one here, and again another one here. If I like, I can also delete the handles. I just have to select the elements, enter in the macros for living zone, and remove handles. Press OK, and I can remove or change the handles. Another very important possibility is to build your own cabinet. So you can customize and create any kind of cabinet using the components. So you can join together the components, and in this way you can really create any kind of customized cabinet. What I mean that you can, for example, insert the side, 5 modules, double click and insert the side here. Okay, and now I will insert a ground, for example this one, and you always have the automatic snap to place the element in the right position. Let's also insert a top. So I am building my customized cabinet. Let's copy this side from here to here. Let's also insert, if you want to see what I'm doing, okay, a back. So with 5 modules, double click and insert it here. And now I choose the width, and we will insert the shells. So I choose the right depth. This is, and here you have the automatic snap. So let's insert one shell here and another one here, for example, and so on. And now I insert the doors. You have any kind of doors, ingot doors, flash doors, sliding doors, wooden or glass. Let's take, I don't know, this one, for example. ArredoCAD asked me if I need 2 doors. Okay, should I insert the second one? Yes. And in this way, I can create any kind of cabinet. Let's take a glass door now with 2 modules like this. I can insert it here. Second door, yes. And should I insert it? Yes. Okay, in this way you can really create any kind of elements. We can also insert a TV here, for example. In the shared accessories you find thousands of elements. For example, in the generic accessories you find clocks, books, plants, pictures, electronic, TV, Wi-Fi, live, that is another partner. Let's insert this one, for example, in the middle of the cabinet. If you watch in the 3D view, you can also watch a small movie. You can also change the channel if you like. Okay, so you can also make things like this. Okay, small animations inside the 3D view. Okay, very important, as I told you. Let's insert also a sofa here, just to show you the sofa. I can insert it, so I open the complements. Inside the components you find chairs, carpets, lamps, and also sofa, armchairs and sofas, or all the sofas of Moroso. Let's take, for example, this with a corner, something like this one. Yes, double click. I can rotate the element in the right position pressing the tab from the keyboard and insert it here. Automatically I have the possibility to choose the covering of my sofa, for example leather, and then I choose my color. I don't know, let's take this one, for example, and the color of the structure, matte white, is fine. Okay, now another very important feature is that you can also import elements from 3D Studio Max or SketchUp. Let's make an example here. For example, I want to insert an imported lamp, so I just have to click on Import 3ds or SKP, browse. Let's take a lamp that I have downloaded or built by my own, for example this one. Open and import. In this way I can enrich my library and insert it here. And another very important thing is that you can also build some elements. For example, I want to create a false ceiling along over the kitchen. I can do it very quickly with manually drawn element. I just have to click and create the sides of my element. I can enter the length of the side, okay, and then this one, and then this one, and then this, okay. And in this way I have already created a very simple element, a false ceiling. The thickness could be 160. Press OK. Here is my element. The distance from the ground will be 2640. And now we can see this element, in the kitchen. Here is it. Okay. If I have to build a round shape, like a round false ceiling, for example, in the living room, then I have a small solid modeler through which I can create some round shape. Here is an example. So options, draw shape. I can set the extension of my working space, for example 300. Apply. I can display the grid, and very easily I can create my shape, for example a round false ceiling. So I can create something like this very quickly. Okay, I confirm, and then I have the tools to create round shapes, or this one. And now, I just have to save this shape. So file, save. Okay, let's save it in this way. And now I have my my object to insert in the project. So import profile. Let's see from here. Okay, this one. The thickness is 160. Press OK. And now I can move it in the right position. So from here, I move it to here. And of course, in the elevation view, I will move it up to the ceiling. Okay. Okay, in this way you can also create some element with ArredoCAD. In the meanwhile, the render is going on. Okay, it is almost complete. The array never stops. You can save the picture when you are satisfied of the quality, but you can see that after 5 or 10 minutes it's almost ready. So it's rather fast. And okay, let's go back here. I want to show you another important thing, that automatically when you have created your project, automatically ArredoCAD creates all the technical prints of the project. So let's choose the kind of print that we need, and so you will find automatically the print of the plan with all the dimensions of the cabinets, of the walls, and so on. Each print for each wall. Okay, with all the automatic dimensions of the cabinets. The same for the kitchen. You also have the layout of the worktop with the holes for the cooking hob and the sink, and the layout of the plinths, and so on. You can export these prints in PDF, JPG, and so on. Automatically, you also have the list of all the elements that you have used in your project. So this is a good base to create a quotation for your client. Here you could insert the price of your objects. and in this way you can also have a quotation. This is a preview for your client with the description of the articles, the code, if you insert the code of the article, the amount, the price, and the total amount. Okay, so from here you can run panoramic render. As I told you, you just have to click on panoramic. For example, now if I place myself in the middle of the room, for example here, okay, and then I click on 3D viewpoint and panoramic, I can get a panoramic render. Of course, it takes more time, of course, but in this way you will have a panoramic view of both the rooms, as you have seen in the website. Okay, let's wait for the loading of the last scene. Just a few seconds. And you will see a spheric render now. Very important, as you can see, you can also run 2 renders at the same time, but also 3 or 4 renders at the same time. This is very, very important because in this moment I have 2 renders that are running together. So I can run any kind of render at the same time. Okay, I don't know if there are I see that there are some questions, so I think that I can answer to the questions that I see here, and then I will give the word to DDS CAD for the conclusion. Okay, let me read. How can I use with our AutoCAD? Yes? Okay, how can I use with our AutoCAD 3D models or 3ds Max models? I joined late. I think that I have already answered to this question because you can import your 3ds Max models. You just have to click on import 3ds, and then you can import your 3D models inside ArredoCAD, and then you can change the size, apply textures, and so on. Where do you change the unit to inches? Yes, also the inches are available. So you can, from the options, preferences, measures in inches, press OK, and then here you can see the translation into inches from millimeters. ArredoCAD works in millimeters or inches. This is to answer to the question of Andrea. Can you import an existing floor plan in CAD format? Yes, very important. Yes, I can show you this feature. So now let's save this project and let's try to import a plan in a CAD format. This is a very important feature. So let's make a new project. And in this case, I don't create a plan, but I import a plan from AutoCAD, and then I build my walls. So just a second. Here I won't choose any kind of this layout, but I click on Draw Plan. I click on File, Import DWG or DXF. You can import DWG or DXF to the plans from AutoCAD, for example. Open. Let's take this one. I have to set the right scale, 1 to 1000 in this case. Yes, import, and here is my plan. Okay, now very easily, automatically ArredoCAD reads the width of the wall, the thickness of the wall, and apply it automatically. So I can start to build my 3D walls. So from here to here, and here, and here, and so I can go on. You can also see in the 3D view what I'm doing. Because when you import a plan from AutoCAD, you have all the snaps automatically. So automatically ArredoCAD reads the thickness of this wall and apply it automatically. So I can draw this wall from here to here, and then I will change the thickness. Oh, okay, let's draw also this one, and so on. Okay, it's very, very simple to recreate the 3D walls of a plan that I have imported from AutoCAD, for example. This is very, very helpful. Okay, I don't see other questions, so I want to thank you again to be here with us. I want to thank DDS-CAD staff, and I will give the word to DDS-CAD for conclusions. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.
Can you guys hear me? Hi, thank you so much, Marco, for that great presentation. It was lovely. We see we have a lot of libraries with the program. I see that you answered most of the questions on the question box, but we have many more. We'll be more than happy to answer those questions directly to the customers. If you have any other questions, you know where to reach us, 305-445-6480, or you can email us at info@ddscad.com. Thank you, everybody, for making time today to learn about ArredoCAD. We think it's a great product. We're very excited about it. And we'll let you know, go now to have a great day. Bye-bye.